Morning is day 83, just leaving the Bald Mountain lean-to. There's two options today. One is a 13-mile day, and that would be to a shelter, and the other would be 17, and that would be to a stealth site by a pond. I do that first one, basically because I don't want to pack up a wet tent. But I gotta look at the weather, because right now I don't have service, so I don't know what it is. But if it's not gonna rain tonight, I definitely want to go to that second one to give me a shoulder to hike into Monson the following day. That way I can go to Shaw's. But if it is gonna rain, I might just stay at that 13-mile shelter. But we will see. On far out, this is labeled as a cave, but actually, I don't know if you can see that, but looks like it goes a decent distance. But it's awfully small, so I don't. Oh, I see it. Probably opens up over there and comes out. It's not much of a cave, but it's an interesting rock design. I'm surprised they didn't make us go through there. But the trail goes that way, so that's where I'm going. Almost to the top of Moxie Bald Mountain, and this is the trail, and this is the view. Hopefully the weather doesn't get any worse than this. There was an option to take the bad weather bypass, but as long as it doesn't thunder or pour down rain, it won't be bad up here. I think I'm almost to the top. I think it's the third cairn up there. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up or not, but yeah, it's very socked in today. Right to the top, and this is the view. It's funny, last night in camp there was a section hiker who had a Gregory focal bag, and it's a very nice bag. It keeps the bag away from your back, that way you can actually get airflow back there. And he was saying he didn't actually buy it. His old bag broke, and then they told him to pick out a new bag. That's the one he picked. And me and another guy who have different Gregories that aren't quite as nice, we're like, we gotta break our bags. Jokingly at first, but it would be nice to be able to upgrade, so maybe I'll get lucky and my bag will break. Because that was a very nice bag. And I know I did look at it when I was shopping, but I'm not sure what the reason was why I didn't buy it. It was probably a price thing. It was probably more expensive than the one I got. But this one's still decent. It just would be nice to have some airflow behind my back. I'm about 2.5 miles from Lake Huron, I think it's called. That's where I'm camping tonight. And I was crossing a stream, and I don't think you can tell, but I stepped on the wrong rock, and it was loose, and now I got one foot that's soaking wet. But I guess the bright side is it's not both feet, so could be worse. Good morning, today's day 84. The original plan for today was to go 3 miles into Monson and stay at Shaw's. That sounds like Shaw's is probably filled. From talking to Wing It yesterday. But sounds like I'll only be going 1 mile today to the 100-mile wilderness camp site and hostel. I'll still be able to get into Monson and resupply and stuff. It just means a little bit bigger day tomorrow. So instead of like a 15-day, it'll probably be an 18-day. Which the elevation's not too bad, so it'll probably be alright, but it is what it is. I'll check in with you guys later. Well, I made it to the 100 Mile Wilderness Hostel and campground. It's a very nice place. They took us into town so we could get laundry done, but they have everything else here, showers, and it's a very nice bunk room, which I currently have all to myself because there's only a few people here, so the guy gave second chance to the other bunk room at the same price, so I got this place all to myself currently, which is pretty nice. Plan tomorrow is to probably do an 18-mile day. We're starting the 100 Mile Wilderness. Yeah, and I'll try to get some footage of the outside of this place because it's very neat looking. I did have to buy new shoes in Monson because mine were going to be iffy whether they would make it, so I figured I'm going to need them anyway, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on them. Pretty much the same ones as I got, just a different color. But yep, that's what happened today. Good morning, it's day 85. Just about to head into the 100 Mile Wilderness. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I did pick up new shoes. I wasn't going to because I had some sent home, but it was worth my old ones needed to go. I think they had about 600 miles on them, so it was time for them to go. Today, entering into 100 Mile Wilderness and shooting for 18.5 to Long Cloud Lean-To or something. I don't know. I just looked at it too, man. It's Long on Stream Lean-To. I just looked. So that's the 18.5 mile day. A little bit of a big day today. It is going to rain a lot today, so probably we'll see how filming actually works, but if it does, there won't be much footage. Yeah, possibly just said goodbye to Second Chance for the last time, because I think he's going to slow down, take his time to here, and I'm still shooting for the 15th, which I should be able to hit. Alright, here we go. The beginning of the 100 Mile Wilderness. So, the way the 100 Mile Wilderness Outfitters does it, they offer a resupply in the 100 Mile Wilderness. I do not have that much food on me. That you need 10 days, but I only have 7 for the entire thing. That should be more than enough. That might even get me to the end. We'll see. Yeah, so I have 100 Mile Wilderness Outfitters. They have barrel boxes with locks and keys that they put your food in, and they have 2 resupply options. The one is in 30 miles and the other one is in 60. Second Chance and I we came in there together. The guy's like, "Oh, you're not really supposed to do this, but we can. You can put some of your food in both boxes and only pay for you each pay for the other box." And then so I'll be resupplying twice. It only cost me $50 just to have the food delivered though. Buying the food, you still gotta buy the food separately. But it would be easier than trying to carry 7 days of food at once, considering my barrel bag is full with 4 days of food, usually. But now I only got 30 in it because grocery supplies in 30 miles. So didn't quite make it to the shelter, but as you can see there's a nice stream down there. I'm gonna soak my feet in. I'm about 0.8 from it, and I decided not to go because there was a bunch of other people there and I might not be able to find a tent spot, so I got a nice little tent spot here. Gonna soak my feet later tonight and have a good night tonight. Good morning, it's day 86. Plan today is to do around a 15-mile day to East Trailback Pond. It's another stealth site. So hopefully there's enough in there. I think most of the people who went to the shelter probably gonna go farther than that. Hopefully that way there'll be enough space, but that will set me up perfectly for my first resupply in 100 miles. There's gonna be a bigger box with a key that I'll be able to open to get my resupply, so I'll check in with you guys up trail. The 2100 mile marker. At the top of Barren Mountain, I guess they decided that fire tower wasn't safe anymore because they took the top off it. So it looks like this is the scene of a plane crash. I don't think anyone probably survived this. This looks pretty bad. But it also looks like it's been here for quite some time. So I ended up taking a short break, just to have some snacks and stuff. And I checked to see if I had service, and I ended up having some. But I was only on there for like 2 minutes, and it dropped my phone percent down by 10, so when I have service I have to be a little bit more careful so I'm not killing my phone. Today's terrain is definitely better than yesterday's. Yesterday there was a lot of black slate and it was really wet because of all the rain. And that black slate, when it's wet, there was no gripping it, even with the brand new shoes I just got. But this stuff is much easier to grip, so I am grateful for that. But today does have, I think, double the elevation as yesterday, so it's a trade-off. But I'd rather have more elevation and actually be able to walk than worrying about slipping all day. So here's some through hiker logic. Got to the pond. It was 0.2 off trail and downhill. So instead of going to the pond, I'm gonna go an extra 2 miles from Stealth Camp. Yeah, so instead of wanting to have to go back up the hill tomorrow, 0.2, I just decided to go 2 miles extra today, then it'll set me up better for tomorrow anyway, so be a little bit bigger of a day. But you know, I don't want to go back up that hill. And I already read the comments and stuff. There's no canoes at that pond. So if there was, I definitely would have done it. But there's no canoes. There's probably leeches, so it's not worth it. But there will be quite a, from my understanding at this Dell site, there's a big stream, so I will be able to soak my feet, so it'll be alright. This is my first food supply box. Got the 2 locks there, and I'll just get my food out and hike on. Good morning, today is day 87. The plan for today is to go to East Branch Lean-To, which is 16.5. It got down to 41 degrees last night, so it's a little bit chilly. And I'm expecting here in a little bit to have to ford a river and get my feet wet. I think there's no rock hopping options. So I'm wearing my Crocs right now. I hope that showed it. Yeah, so I'm expecting to get wet. It's only 0.1 from where I camped to this river, so we'll see what happens. Did make it across. As you can see, there's no road to rock hop. It was only about ankle deep. And the reason why I didn't cross this yesterday is because for the next 2 miles it's no camping zone, so. So I decided to check out the Galapagos Rim Trail. It's about add about 4 miles to my trip today. But there's some cool waterfalls, so we'll see what happens. I left my pack at the entrance, so I might still do 16 miles. I might only go 13 miles to that other shelter that's a little bit closer. We will have to see on how I'm feeling when I get there. I ended up not going to all the falls. I didn't think it would be worth it, but I did go to the first 2, so that added about a 1.5 mile round trip to my day, so it's not terrible, but I didn't feel like adding an extra 2 miles to that, so. I mean, the first 2 were pretty good views, but I think the second 2 were a little bit bigger and better, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll come back someday. Reached the summit of the first mountain today, and I was looking at far out. It looks like, for the most part, besides the last mountain, there might not be very many views today. So that's kind of sucky because it's a lot of elevation. I think it's almost 5,000 in total for today. Another viewless summit. But the next one coming up should have a good view, hopefully. First view of the day. That mountain straight in front is possibly Katahdin, but I'm not sure.